Yo, what's up, guys? 12 weeks in, little to go. Very little to go. Um, I was midway through last week's matchups, and Liam was out of control, so I've already voted on the poll. But which team is more likely to make playoffs? This is around Brett and Callie. I think it should be around more than them, but we'll get to that week by week. I think they're very good to owners to target this week. They're relevant to each other. They're married. They live together. Very competitive at fantasy. But as you can tell, I went with Callie, and my explanation was I won't go into all the other details that I said in the first video. I just don't like Brett's last two games. I've been preaching that for a while. I think up to those 2 weeks, he's probably going to be right at the edge of in or not in. And then I think those last 2 weeks are really going to hurt him. Um, I think both can make it if I slip down, which can definitely happen. I'm not playing good ball at all, so it is what it is. Um, but that's why I chose Callie. I just think she can hold on to her 10th place where she's at now and get in. But I still won't be surprised if Brett gets in. It will be a little surprising if he takes it to Austin in those last 2 weeks. That will be a surprise. So we'll definitely see. Moving on to last week, though. Um, Brett takes me down 8-3-1. I think this is a closer matchup if my team was healthy, but can't really talk about health when we're talking about Brett's team because everyone got the edge on Brett early in the year and, well, throughout most of the year, which is, put Brett in the situation he's in. So, no excuses. No excuses at all. Good win for Brett, though. Heath taking down Cody here, 8-4-0. Not good for Cody. His chances of making playoffs are really getting slim to none if he continues to not check it. Since I didn't show mine and Brett's, I'll do it all because Cody's was a standout when I was doing the video first time around. Brett had a 5-player advantage, 200 some minutes on me. Um, Cody, man, it was bad. I'm pretty sure. 41 to 30. Just Cody. I don't know. I mean, he's got some injuries as you can tell, but it's the team that doesn't pick up. So that doesn't really active either. So if he doesn't make playoffs, it's the only one to blame for sure. Dominic and Sean playing. I thought this matchup was going to be much closer. Um, Dominic coming off a very good week last week. Sean has a very injured team. I think 4 O's on his team, 3 on his active roster. Just figured Dominic would have kept it close, but I said Sean would find the way to win, but much closer than this. Was good win for Sean because that keeps him good pace over Heath right now in that division. 38 games for Dominic compared to Sean's 34. Sean had less players, less minutes, still wins 9-1. That's very good for Sean, no doubt about it. Josh playing Rusty. I thought this was going to be a close matchup. I mean, it is. D rebounds, assists, very close. Offensive rebounds, very close. Blocks were close. Steals were tied. Free throw percentage was super close. Field goal percentage was super close. This matchup could have went a lot of different ways. But Josh gets the win, and Rusty takes the L. 38 for Rusty, 41 for Josh. Over 200 minutes just off 3 players. Come on, Rusty. Good win for Josh, though. Already did that one. Kyle playing Santana. I said this matchup was going to be really close. No disrespect to Santana, but I think he took it the wrong way. Once again, I'll reiterate what I said last week. Never said anything bad about your team. Never said your team was trash like you said I did. Went back and watched the video. But anyways, I didn't think you'd lose this matchup, which you did. 6-5-1 to Kyle. It came down to Sunday for sure. A very close matchup. I think there was one day I saw Santana didn't check his lineup. I don't know if that was every day, but the player advantage was same players. Santana outminutes him by 106 and just didn't pick up the dub. It's really unfortunate considering he had that many more minutes and it's team AFK. But a good win for Kyle, even though you're not here. Santana nothing to worry about. I think you'll be fine. But moving on to Victor playing Austin. Victor gets no help this week with Harden being down. Just nothing he could have really done. I mean, it's dominant. Offensive rebounds are close. Blocks are close, and that's about it. It's just it's dominant. Harden's out. Victor picked up Robertson, I feel like forever ago, and he's been out for a while, yeah, since the 31st, and he hasn't dropped him. I really can't blame him. I mean, these last few games that he played before he got hurt aren't bad, but I know he's not on his IR. Vu is on his IR, so that's interesting. Austin here has a 7-player advantage and almost 400 minutes, and that's what you're going to get in that. And I think Victor will be fine. Definitely this hurts him, but I think he'll be fine. And the last matchup was Brandon playing Callie. Almost said Brett because Brett's in the name. Love the troll work, by the way. Didn't know what she was going to do with that pitcher. Had no idea. But good win for Brandon, 7-4-1. Another good performance out of Brandon's team. Sort of said I wasn't really believing in it last week. And he only had KD for one of the 3 games last week due to injury. So that's pretty strong performance. LeVert being a big piece to this team. I'm pretty sure Denwin as well. Yeah. He's had some really good pickups early on, and they've really paid off. And holy cow, Callie only outplayed him by 3 players. It just seemed like a lot. I was scrolling forever. Had more minutes by 25. So, I mean, she got 4 wins. She continues to stay in playoffs. So, I mean, that's what matters. We'll look at this week's games. Yeah, let's not talk about that one. Sean playing Brandon, which I think is a really good game. Really good game. Rusty playing Dominic. Matchup of the week, Brett and Callie. Obviously, my poll questions around them just because it's matchup of the week as well. Santana playing Josh. If Santana wants to get back on track, it starts here. Victor playing Kyle. Don't take Kyle lightly. And with Victor's injuries, it doesn't help. But I will say, Kyle does have Kyrie, and Joel Embiid only play 1 game this week. Obviously, that means Victor has Horford only play for 1 game this week, and he's without Harden. So, it's not very good. And then Cody playing Heath again. We'll see if Heath can sort of help me out what I predicted last week. But we'll come over here to what I do have up. I think Brett does win 6-5-1. I think it's a close matchup. I mean, Brett came off a really good week. His probably best week all year. I don't know numbers wise, but I mean power rankings wise. Obviously, it's not on my screen. But anyways, I think Brett gets the dub. I don't think I take a category against Austin. There's no way, and yeah, just no way. I think Brandon edges Sean this week 6-5-1. It could be worse, but I know Brandon doesn't pick up to make it worse. And Sean, did really good with limited players last week against Dominic. Rusty playing Dominic. Speaking of Dominic, I think Rusty wins 8-3-1. And just Dominic, I guess, is going back to where it once was. Maybe. He always seems to prove me wrong every other week, so maybe this is the week he proves me wrong. Santana playing Josh. I think Santana can keep this close. It's just Santana's had not the best of 2 weeks, and Josh's team's really good right now. I'm not saying Santana's not, but give me Josh 8-3-1. Victor playing Kyle. Man, can Team AFK get back-to-back wins? God dang, man. I'm going to say he does. I think losing James Harden and only having Horford play 1 game is going to hurt. Obviously, Joel Embiid and Kyrie only playing 1 game is going to help you. But without having Harden, I think that's a big piece. And I think Kyle edges you 6-4-2. But still, if Victor wins, it's Victor's team. I can't be shocked. Cody playing Heath. I brought it down from last week from the skunk to 9-3-0. I think he gets 1 more category than he did last week. But go for the skunk, man. Gotta see it. Trivia this week is Wednesday again. I think there's 11 games, and I'm doing another bonus for the Thunder and T-Wolves game. You get that score correctly, I'll give you $10 extra. No one got it last week, obviously. It's hard to do, but still. Remember, you're not losing any money. But let's check out power from last week, courtesy of Brett. Didn't have to do power this week, which is always nice. Where is it at? Yep, Rep PR right there. Um, yep. Um, obviously, he did it with a win counts as 3 points, a tie equals 1 point, and a loss equals no points. So this is how it was. There was another picture that he compared everyone playing against each other. Obviously, mistakes can be made. I've definitely made many mistakes, but I'm not saying there was mistakes made. Austin sitting first, Josh in second, Brandon in third, Brett in fourth. That's all I'm saying. It's his best power rankings yet for him. Obviously, the numbers could be a whole lot different. Sean with very limited players in fifth. Heath in sixth. That one sort of surprised me. I thought it'd be a little higher. Callie in seventh. Myself in eighth. Then you got Rusty, Kyle, Santana, Dominic, Victor, and Cody. Victor's one win obviously was against Cody. Could have came against Cody. Didn't get him. But I don't. Victor's not a 13th team. Santana shouldn't be down here, just like he shouldn't have been. It's just weird seeing Santana down here all of a sudden. I think he has been without Drummond a little bit, and that definitely hurts. Biggest surprise of this is seeing Victor down there, even without Harden. I figured, he's still got a pretty good team. So it's a little weird seeing him down there that low. Rusty in ninth is a little shocking. Like I said, Heath in sixth, figured to be a little higher. Brett in fourth comes to a surprise, but numbers could have been down this week. I'm not saying they're not. I'm not trying to make Brett's team sound like it's bad at all. It's healthy and they're putting up numbers, and that's the main thing. So, no surprise seeing Josh in second. Oh, there's a tie for second, him and Brandon, so that's why there's three. But Austin wouldn't have lost anyone last week. No surprise. It's Austin. Get used to it. But we'll go to standings to look at playoffs. Obviously, I told y'all I was going to lose my division, and I have fell down to 8th. Like I said, I could definitely not make playoffs. I think Brandon's fine. He's below me, but I definitely think he's fine. His team's been playing well. Obviously, I don't know what his last matchups are of the year. I'm not betting on myself to make playoffs at all. But Callie's the borderline. I got 8 games on her, which after this week, if she wins or does anything, it's going to be very little because I don't think I'll get a category against him. So another week that's going to set me back for sure, but I'll try my hardest to get a category or two. But I think everyone's fine. Santana's got about 6 games on me. Could be a little less. Could be a little more. I don't know. And Santana's sitting 5th. So, I mean, it's really tight everywhere. I think Heath is fine. Yeah, he's really far away anyways. So, I think 5 down is all up for grabs. You never know. I mean, crazy stuff can happen. But I want to see a really good competitive stretch here in the last final weeks. Because, I mean, like I said, we're in week 13, going to 18. 6 matchups left counting this one. And you have to start doing something. You're just getting some categories, if any. So, not much more to talk about, I don't believe. Didn't do much research into this week. I do apologize. But everyone have a good week 13. And hopefully I get a category this week and make them playoff pushes, boys, because it's real. It's real. But I'll see you guys.